Hello, welcome to FitTak. You're with Healthy Living with Sharan. And if you've been to some of our programs before, you already know that we are high on whole, plant based, organic food to build your immunity to get the highest health results. And many people ask that if you don't have milk, where will you get your calcium? So today's topic is, where do you get your calcium? Think about it. Calcium is a mineral. Minerals come from the ground, and anything that grows on the ground has calcium in it. That's where the cows get their calcium from, right? So we don't need to have milk in order to get calcium that we could get just from something growing from the ground. Actually, did you know that sesame seeds has 10 times more calcium than cow's milk per 100 grams? And moringa is very high in calcium too. But what are the other things high in calcium? All beans and grains and nuts and seeds and green leafy vegetables. In fact, it's hard to have a calcium deficient diet, and nobody has deficiency of calcium intake in any normal diet. In fact, a dietary deficiency of calcium is literally unknown. But then, how do people get osteoporosis, right? Do you know anybody with osteoporosis? I'm sure you do, because the cases are not rare. So how do people get osteoporosis if they are already getting enough calcium from their food? Have you noticed that people with osteoporosis usually take calcium tablets, and yet they never get better? Yes, that's true. Calcium tablets can't help you reverse osteoporosis. Why not? Because there's no dietary deficiency of calcium. So then, what's happening? Why do we get osteoporosis? You know, when we consume calcium, actually, let me put it another way. Our body is alkaline. And in order to keep the body alkaline, if we consume something that is acidic, we take calcium out of the bones to neutralize that acid, and it's secreted. And if we consume too much calcium, we can have calcification of the arteries or calcium stones in the kidneys. And that's why too much calcium is never good. But then, what should we do? Let's think about it. When our body is alkaline, when we take too much acid, what's acid? Acid is tea, coffee, cola, sugar, salt, vinegar, and you know what? Protein. Protein breaks down in our body into amino acids, and this makes our body more acidic. But our body should always remain alkaline, and so it does by breaking down the bones, taking out calcium, and neutralizing the acid. Now that's what we don't want. And so we want to have a diet highly alkaline. And what are the most alkaline foods? Fruits and vegetables, all fruits and vegetables. Even lemon in our body is alkaline because it's full of potassium. And therefore, if you stick to fruits and vegetables, you've got all the alkalinity you need. But you have to cut down on those acid products too. Now, there's one more important piece to this puzzle, and that is vitamin D. And vitamin D you get from the sunshine. Actually, vitamin D is a hormone that's produced by our body by the action of the sun on the skin. Now, this doesn't work if all your skin is covered, or through glass, if the sun is coming through glass, or even sunscreens or lotions. And so many of us miss getting this vital vitamin D because we are not hanging out in the sun. We are not sunbathing because most of us Indians don't want to get darker, right? And then when we do get exposed to the sun, sometimes we are in busy cities where there's pollution, and the sun needs to come directly on our skin, not even through smog or fog. And that's why nowadays, whether you're following Sharan lifestyle or not, anybody can get a vitamin D deficiency. And if you have vitamin D deficiency, what happens? Vitamin D is necessary for bones and muscles, and so you can have muscular pain as well as osteoporosis. But it's also important for sleep and melatonin, and so you can have sleep difficulties. So deficiency can cause diabetes as well, and schizophrenia and depression. And that's why it's really important that everyone gets their vitamin D levels checked and supplemented if necessary. Now, I'm just saying supplemented if necessary, but most people in India need to take a consistent supplementation. And so here's what I suggest. If your levels are normal, then you should take 60,000 IU per month. And this can be taken as one dose on the first of every month, 60,000 IU. And you can buy these tablets or sachets easily in the pharmacy, or you could have smaller doses of vitamin D. That means about 2000 IU every single day, whichever way you like to do it. Or you could even have 10,000 IU once a week, and then you've had 40,000 IU in a month, which is approximately okay. So here's what we need to do. We need to check our vitamin D levels, and if they are low, bring the level up by rapid supplementation. This could mean twice a week or once a week, and exactly how much you need to supplement is written on our website. So if you go to Sharan's website, sharan-india.org, and go to Try Vegan, under there you have vitamin D, and there it's written exactly what your levels are and how to supplement. So everyone should check this, and everyone should supplement. Imagine getting sick just because your vitamin D is low, or getting osteoporosis, or psychological disorders, or sleep disorders, or even diabetes, just because your vitamin D is low. Check your vitamin D levels and supplement if necessary. And don't rely on milk for this. No matter who, vegetarians or non-vegetarians or vegans, many people have vitamin D deficiency. Wishing you the very best in health, and thank you for joining Healthy Living with Sharan.